On behalf of the Boulder Disc Golf Club, I'd like to welcome you to the Flatirons East Disc Golf Course and the Boulder Disc Golf Club Tags match on April 21st, 2021. My name is Andy Jacobson, and I'm a volunteer with the club. Flatirons East is a par 59 disc golf course designed by Eagle McMahon. We will be playing gold tees with a total distance of 7,791 feet and the blue tees with a total distance of 6,206 feet. The Flatirons Golf Course is located at 5706 Arapahoe Avenue in Boulder. The front gate for this course will not be opened until 2 p.m., so don't bother showing up early. We will have until 8 p.m. to play disc golf. The gate will be locked at 8 p.m. You and your car must be off the property at this time. Weather is an issue. At this time, we cannot say whether the course will be dry enough to permit disc golf play on Wednesday. It's already unlikely that carts will be allowed on the soggy turf. Unfortunately, this applies also to the beer cart. A final call on whether we can play will be made on Wednesday morning. We will announce this decision on the Flatirons Disc Golf Course Facebook group page. Most of the information presented here is covered also in a Google document called the Overview of the event. This overview document, available on Facebook, contains links to our COVID plan, the scorecard and map, and the listings for the cards. All players are expected to abide by our COVID plan. In particular, if you cannot maintain a separation of 6 feet between participants, we expect you to wear masks. At no time will there be gatherings of more than 5 players. This means basically just you and your card mates. Players are asked to use hand sanitizer, to bring it, and to use it after touching shared equipment such as the disc golf baskets. Please do not share any other equipment like discs, water bottles, or other personal property. If you feel like you cannot abide by these COVID regulations, please call the clubhouse at 303-442-7851 and cancel your reservation. Refunds are available until Tuesday at noon. These are the 18 cards of 5 players each who will be playing at Flatirons on Wednesday. This listing of cards is available from the overview document and is also available at the Flatirons Disc Golf Course Facebook group page. This is a shotgun start event. That means that every card is going to start on a different hole. The cards are all numbered 1 through 18. That is the hole on which you're expected to start play. For example, if you find yourself on card number 5, you will start play on hole number 5. Subsequently, you will play hole 6, 7, etc., all the way through 18, then proceed to play the remaining holes 1 through 4. Players should go to their designated starting tees in time for a prompt 3 p.m. start. We're going to signal that start with an air horn blast from the clubhouse. Again, the front gate will be locked until 2 p.m., so that gives you about an hour to arrive and get to your starting tee. We recommend that you warm up at this starting tee area using the basket for the previous hole, which should be within walking distance of that tee pad. So again, for example, if you're on card number 5 and starting on tee number 5, you should warm up by putting on basket number 4. We're going to be playing both short, which are blue, and long, which are gold, tees for each hole. Players can choose which course they want to play, but they should stick with the same colors throughout the entire round. If you're participating in the tags match, you will be competing only against the golfers playing your same course. It may be easier if the entire card plays the same course, but that is not a requirement. Tags are, as usual, optional, but we do encourage them. We have two different reg.info events for this, one for the long gold T pads and one for the short blue T pads. Links are available in the overview document. If you do not already have a tag and wish to purchase one, please do so before the event. Details are again in the overview document. Tags will be collected before the match and sanitized while the match is underway. Players should be reporting their scores to a designated scorekeeper on their card after each hole. Use the total number of strokes played on the hole, not the difference with respect to par, for example. Um, it's typical to rotate those scorekeeping duties after every 6 holes. Tags players should report their final scores to the Reg event webpage immediately upon completion of the round. Tags will be distributed in a socially distanced and distributed manner after all groups have finished their play. Please do not congregate while waiting for tags distribution. It is imperative to maintain a minimum of 6 foot spacing at all times during tags distribution.
Hello and welcome to the Flatirons Disc Golf Course. For today's round, we'll be playing the East course. In general, you should remember that we are ambassadors of disc golf and think of anything that you do as something that you'd like to see on video at some point. These rules generally translate to no smoking, no outside alcoholic beverages, no trespassing, no swimming, wading, or fishing in any of the ponds, and make sure that you use the available bathrooms instead of a nearby tree. Also, all greens, concrete cart paths, and water are out of bounds, and all sand traps are played as a hazard. For out of bounds, if a disc lands out of bounds, the group decides where it was last inbounds, and the player takes their next throw from that spot with a distance of up to 1 meter relief off of the out of bounds line. For hazards, anywhere there's a hazard on the course, you just simply add a stroke to your score and play the disc where it lies. So, the course begins just east of the clubhouse. There are gold and blue tees marked on the course map. In instances where there's only one tee, gold and blue play from the same location. The first thing to note is that on hole 2, the sand trap here plays as a hazard. On hole 3, the cart path and beyond are OB. This cart path right here that's on the other side of which is Forrest tee pad. For hole number 4, water is out of bounds and the cart path and left are also out of bounds. So that's this cart path here heading towards hole 5. Remember to take the cart paths whenever possible to avoid damaging the grass, although it's unlikely that we'll have carts today. So for hole 5, the natural grass that's to the left of the cart path, the thicker grass over here, that's played as a hazard. The cart path itself is OB, directly on the cart path, and the water is also out of bounds. For hole number 6, there is a mandatory. You need to throw to the right of the marked tree, and the residence yards are out of bounds. If you miss the mandatory by going past the tree on the left-hand side, then the drop zone, and this is true for the rest of the mandos, the drop zone is at the tree that marks the mando that you missed. And so then for hole number 7, we're not using the alternative island. The cart path and beyond are out of bounds. That's this cart path here that's over towards where the water is and where hole 13 is. For hole number 8, the cart path and beyond are out of bounds. That's this cart path right here. For hole number 9, there are a few mandatories. So you need to go between the two mandatory trees that are closest to the tee, and then you need to go to the left of the final mandatory there. And if you miss the first mandatory, then the drop zone is at the blue tee, and if you miss the second mandatory, there's an orange marker that illustrates where the drop zone is. For hole number 10, there is a double mandatory, so again, you have to throw between two marked trees. If either is missed, then you play from the drop zone with a penalty, and the drop zone is in between the mandatories. For hole number 11, there's you have to go to the left of the white poplar on the right of the next to the water on the right of the fairway. For hole number 12, the cart path and to the right is out of bounds, and if you throw in the water from the gold tee, you proceed to the blue tee, which is next to the water, as the drop zone with a penalty. And for hole number 13, the cart path and to the right is out of bounds. For hole number 15, the left shoreline is out of bounds. So you don't want to go all the way over the pond on the left side over near where 13's tee or 12's basket is. That side of the lake there is out of bounds. And for hole number 16, the right side of the shoreline is out of bounds. If you throw in the water from the gold tee, again, here you would proceed to the blue tee as the drop zone with a penalty. And for hole number 18, the right side of the shoreline is out of bounds, and if you throw from into the water or right of the shoreline from the gold tee, you proceed to the blue tee as a drop zone with a penalty. And if there are any questions about any of these rules, the group is advised to make their best decision that they can, but then also potentially throw a provisional shot and ask the tournament director for a ruling later on. So thank you for playing.
I'd like to turn now to a couple of specific rules for this event and for the facility. Please stay off all ball golf greens. Please stay out of all bodies of water. Outside food and alcoholic beverages are not allowed. These are available for purchase from the Clubhouse Cafe. Smoking of anything is forbidden. This is a City of Boulder Parks rule. If you are smoking anything, you should expect someone from course staff to ask you to leave. This is a course where it is easy to lose a disc. You should consider carefully whether you can afford to lose a disc before throwing it. We recommend that you ink your discs with identifying information before arriving to the event. Please include a phone number where texts can be received and your name. If your disc lands in a neighbor's yard, leave it there. Do not enter neighboring properties. This is a guaranteed way for us to lose course privileges. If you do this, you will be asked to leave and to never return. If you can't see or reach your disc in the water, please do not enter to go looking for it. Okay, that will do it. Thank you for sticking through to the end of our virtual players meeting. Let's all cross our fingers and hope for good weather. I hope to see you at the Flatirons East Disc Golf Course on Wednesday.